As long as this was down here so that we had some fall, we can adjust the steps to a degree.
All right, would you change the number of steps?
Well, yeah, you would take one out.
All right, so how would that happen, Dan?
Well, the way that works is you would start down here and we would add just a little bit. Say we lose 2 inches up there to get our fall, or maybe even 3 inches with the thickness. It could be 3 inches.
Of the underlying base concrete,
Yeah.
we tear out 3 inches of that?
No. I mean, you're gonna have to tear out the whole thing, but if you pour it back, okay, this is 6.5 inches.
Okay.
If say you're gonna add 2.5 inch material, then already we need to lose 1.5 inches, and we don't have any fall, and that's probably 15 feet. So we'd like to have, 1.5 inches, 2 inches of fall. So now we're at 3 inch. And so, you can't just shave some of this off. You gotta tear it off and re-pour it. So you pour it at whatever level you want here, and then you've got a little stubby step. These are all 6.5. And so what you do is you add that little bit, you divide it with the number of steps, and you add the fraction to each step. Does that make sense?
It does. So they become actually bigger. If you add a little bit to each one, you're going from 6.5 to maybe 7.
Yeah, we took 1 step out, but we're adding, maybe, like you say, 1/2 inch to each step.
And what's code on
It's
steps?
probably less. Code is nothing over 8 inch.
Nothing over 8.
So
we're still probably safe.
And code is also every step has to be equal. So, and we would want to do that.
So you got to do the math.
Yeah.
All right, so we would lower that upper underlying concrete slab by maybe 2 inches, or maybe 3.
It depends on what material you choose, the thickness of the material.
Okay, so if we go back with 2-inch sawn pavers, we would maybe lower that as much as 3 inches up there.
Probably 3.5.
3.5 inches up there, and that's jackhammers and I guess concrete saws and
It's just a
jackhammers.
whole nother pour. Yeah, you got to tear it out, and of course that is probably tied into this, so you might actually have to tear off the stair system as well.
The actual underlying concrete stair system.
Yeah, because that is tied into this. Now you'll know when you get there.
When you say tight, it's a monolithic pour, maybe.
I'm sure it is.
So-
It's at least reinforced. The steel reinforced, and
Do we have to tear all the way through it? Let's say it's
yeah. If that's 6-8 inches,
Yeah.
you got to tear the whole thing out because you're actually lowering that whole slab.
so we have to tear out all 6 to 8 inches all the way to daylight.
Oh,
All
yeah,
the way-
because you can't. If it's 6 or 8 inches, you can't just whip off 3.5 inches of good concrete. I mean, you could, but then you would leave maybe just 3 or 3.5 inches, which is not strong enough. It was designed to be a slab that it's got rebar in the middle, and you get down to that.
So these walls, Dan, just as an example, we measured an outside. We went inside that space. We measured an outside wall. It's 16 inches thick
Yep.
at a penetration. Now, what if that slab up there is 16 inches thick? Let's just say we're going to need to measure. We need to core through there and measure it, huh?
Yeah,
If it's-
I feel fairly comfortable it's not, though, because on a suspended slab pour,
Yeah.
they get it down to what it needs to be. They don't want it to be heavier. If it was 16 inches, that'd be so heavy that they would have to support it much more. So no, I think the chance, it's probably 95% chance that it's probably a 6-8 inch slab. I mean, you could you could drill it and find out.
We should, huh?
Yep.
Find out what we underlying there.
Yep.
It's just we have 21 inches. This outside wall right underneath here is 20. Well, underneath that door is 21 inches, amazingly thick. 16 inches over here.
Yep.
I mean, that thing is built to last a millennium,
Yeah.
But we need to probably drill through some of these surfaces and see what we've got underneath.
Well, that slab is actually supported on the walls, that wall and that wall. It's drilled in with rods or
Dowels.
rebar or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's what's supporting the slab. So that's good that you got a nice strong wall beneath it.
That may need to re-pour that slab. Now, how about, what do you think about this slab right here that we're standing on?
This slab is fine because you're not locked in. Up there, you're locked in with the door. So
Right.
you can't get any fall. Here, I mean, when there, it looks like there is flashing there. Copper flashing. You see the green in there?
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
there a weep, are there weeps in there?
Well, it's not. Yeah, there might be weeps. Yeah, it looks like there are. But bigger than that is, that's probably flashing right there.
So we can't go above that,
Yeah,
right?
you can't go above the flashing because then, then your water's going to go under and.
But we
it's
could
not-
go, we could lower this if we needed to, right?
Yep. See, you could leave that there, and you could do what is this? Well, see, that's the thing.
Could we take this to 3 steps instead of 4?
You could, but they'd be taller.
Would they be within code though, which is 8 inches, right? No more than 8
Well-
inches.
That is a question, I'm not sure. You've got, these steps and then you've got these steps. If they have to all be the same, which is possible, then no, you couldn't eliminate the step and make these taller.
These have to be the same,
That I don't know. In a stairway, they all have to be the same. I don't know if that would be if this would be part of this stairway in their mind, or if this would be separate.
so maybe, is that city,
That would be city.
codes?
That would be city.
We should talk to codes perhaps?
Yep.
And see what, before we get too far, before we finalize the design.
Yeah.
Know for sure what we're doing there.
Yeah.
And, okay, so in terms of, same thing, we could use a 2-inch Indiana limestone perhaps,
Yep.
a sawn paver here.
Right, yep.
And then come down, and then would the treads be the same 2-inch?
Yeah, the treads would be the same 2-inch, you bet.
Does it look like this lower step here, look over here, doesn't it look like there's less riser there? Hey, does it taper? Can you taper like that?
Well, part of this is, it looks like this is all sunk because it's buckled this up.
So,
Yeah, that is correct.
now we can control the height of the underlying, this slab,
Right.
we can lower this slab to make that work.
But that's the other thing is, are you trying to evacuate, if you're trying to evacuate this water this way, if you're going with a surface drainage system, you've got to rise this up.
Now we're gonna have, there's gonna be a big medallion in the center.
Yeah.
And the plan is to have it all fall, and we're gonna have slot drains.
Right.
And it's all gonna fall from that center, that'll be the high point, it'll fall
The perimeter,
to the perimeter. We're
Okay.
gonna have slot drains and
Yeah.
under drains.
so
There's
you
gonna
don't
be-
need to worry about it.
There's
Yeah.
gonna be sewer and drain pipe leading out to the south.
So you can put this at whatever level you want.
Right.
Which is good, because that might help you over here.
We can make up for any,
Exactly.
if we have to lower
Yeah.
everything here, we can lower this floor
That's
as well to make up for it. Okay.
Yep. And
So-
that depends on how thick your slab is here too, but you can always excavate, so.
Yeah, the slab here is solid,
Mm-hmm.
but the plan is to really look at this slab and see,
Yeah.
will it work with our plan? Odds are,
I don't,
the
it's
odds.
solid here, but I doubt if it's solid over there, the way I'm seeing that
Okay,
buckle.
all right, so we should
Let me
do
get
some,
that far.
let's do some exploratory over here.
Yeah. Wherever you see the brick that's loose, like over here,
Yes.
you see that's an issue. It's either an issue with the bed joint, the mortar bed joint, or it could be a failure of the concrete slab below. So like over here, things are together pretty nice.
Yeah.
This is no big deal. But can you see that buckle there?
I sure can.
Yeah, that's where you want to tear out and you want to get down and say, is this slab still sound or is it just the bed joint that's messing us up?
All right.
So, and the same over there, that's in pretty bad shape. See how that's in, all the mortar joints are gone.
Yeah,
It's either a problem with the bed joint or it might be the slab beneath.
Yeah, there's a lot of trip hazards in here.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Javier, do you want to take a stab at this? Por favor, can you try to take up these bricks right here? Just with your pry bar? Yeah, see what, we're trying to see what's underneath, you know? The concrete. I'm sorry to interrupt your call there, but we're just trying to see what we got underneath all that mess. Oh, okay. Hit that real hard. Yeah, try to break that. Yeah, underneath. Just
There we go. Well, let me try this here. Yeah, I mean, we could clean this out a little bit more. Maybe clean it out a little bit more, but it's seeming like it's, you know, if you get rid of the mortar joint like you did over there, that's, I mean, we never know what that slab is like until we tear it off. But, you know, from years of experience, that's the areas you want to look at, is where the brick is, it's all loose and everything.
yeah, it's literally crumbling and falling apart and shifting and moving and.
And hopefully that means that the mortar it was laid in, the bed joint, is decomposing, and that the concrete below is good. But I mean, you never know.
Look at that right there, Dan. Is that?
Yeah, that's the bed joint. That's the bed joint. So that's fine. Yeah. Good.
Good.
Yeah.
It's a lot of bed joint, huh? Pretty thick.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's the bed joint.
Lots of times that Portland, that concrete below will just be as, you know, crumbly as this, but no, this is looking much better. Thank you. Hear how solid that is?
Yeah. It's not
So
moving.
you might be in good shape. But the thing is if you're using this, depending on your material, it's going to tie you to this elevation.
Right. And if we go with a 2.5 inch paver, stone paver,
This is 2 1/4, so
that's 2 1/4.
yeah.
So 2 1/4. My thought of lowering this surface, then
You got almost 4 inch. You got 3 3/4, so inch and a half bed joint.
there was or could be an inch
Yeah.
and a half bed joint, but we're stuck with the same no
Same.
fall level,
Exactly.
no drainage
Right.
slab,
Yep.
which is what's probably causing some of this problem.
That's right.
Freeze thaw and all this other.
So if your high point is the perimeter, you might still need to raise this over here and to go to here, and then you just cut the concrete, put your drain, you know, to daylight.
we could saw cut the concrete
Yeah.
and put drains in.
Yeah, probably in the middle you'd probably need to get rid of that concrete and put in a catch basin and go from there.
Yeah.